When I came out of the operating room, hospital director Dr. Richardson was waiting for me in the corridor of our Boston hospital. When he said, "Elizabeth, you saved that patient but you destroyed the hospital," I smiled while taking off my surgical gloves, because sometimes doing the right thing is worth losing everything. My name is Dr. Elizabeth Warren. I'm 42 years old, and for the past 15 years I've been working as a cardiovascular surgeon at Massachusetts General Hospital in Boston. MGH is affiliated with Harvard Medical School, one of America's most prestigious hospitals. Here, saving lives isn't just a profession, it's a calling. At least that's how it should be. But everything had changed in recent years. The hospital was no longer just a healthcare institution. It was also a big business. Profit margins, insurance policies, cost analysis. Sometimes Excel spreadsheets were discussed more than patient files. Dr. Michael Richardson had accelerated this change since being appointed as hospital director. Harvard Business School graduate, master's in health management, but he had never been a doctor. To him, the hospital wasn't a place that healed patients, it was a place that made money. It all started that Monday morning. An 8-year-old girl had been brought to the emergency room. Emma Rodriguez, congenital heart disease, needed urgent surgery. Her mother, Maria Rodriguez, was a cleaning lady, uninsured, raising her child alone. "Dr. Warren," said emergency room Dr. James Peterson, "Emma's condition is critical. She has aortic stenosis, needs heart valve replacement. Without surgery, we'll lose her within 48 hours. When I saw Emma, my heart ached. Small, pale, having difficulty breathing. But there was a will to live in her eyes. "Dr. Ant, will I get better?" she had asked. "Of course, Emma," I had said, holding her hand. "You're a strong girl." Her mother's eyes filled with tears. "Doctor, we are poor people. I don't have insurance, I can't afford such surgery. But please save my daughter." My heart ached. I had been encountering such situations for 15 years. But usually social services would intervene. Medicaid approval would be obtained, or charitable organizations would help. Emma's condition was urgent. We didn't have time to wait. I went to Dr. Richardson's office. He was sitting behind his mahogany desk, looking at Boston Harbor. "Michael, there's an emergency," I said. "An 8-year-old girl needs heart surgery. Does she have insurance?" he asked, without even asking about the disease details. "No, but her condition is critical," I said. "We'll lose her within 48 hours. Richardson looked at the file. "Elizabeth, this surgery cost $250,000. Who's going to pay this money to the hospital?" "Michael, this is a child. Money shouldn't be discussed when it comes to saving lives." "Elizabeth, you're an excellent surgeon, but you don't understand business," he said. "This hospital loses millions of dollars a year. If we treat every uninsured patient, we'll have to close." "MGH has corporate responsibility, Michael," I said. "The Hippocratic Oath, ethics. Do no harm, heal." "Elizabeth, oaths don't pay bills," he said coldly. "You can't perform this surgery. Transfer Emma to the General Hospital." The General Hospital was Boston City Hospital. The cardiovascular surgery department there wasn't good. Emma might not survive the transfer in such a critical condition. "Michael, the transfer risk is too high," I said. "Emma could die on the way." "That risk isn't ours, Elizabeth. My decision on this matter is final." I was angry but tried to appear calm. "Michael, I've been working here for 15 years. I've never caused a patient's death. Now you're asking me to let an 8-year-old girl die. Elizabeth, you're being emotional. This is a business decision. Not personal. Not personal. For 8-year-old Emma, this wasn't personal." I walked out of his office. I thought in the corridor. Emma was struggling for life in the emergency room. Her mother Maria was praying. I was here discussing business policies. That evening at home I talked to my wife Jennifer. Jennifer was also a doctor, a pediatrician. "Liz, I understand the situation, but you don't need to risk your job," she said. "Jennifer, what would you do if Emma were our daughter?" I asked. Jennifer remained silent. Then she said, "I would do everything. That's why I'm going to operate," I said. The next morning I went to the hospital early. Emma's condition had worsened. Her heartbeat was irregular. Her blood pressure was dropping. It was too late for transfer. I went to Dr. Peterson. "James, I'm going to operate on Emma," I said. "Elizabeth, Richardson didn't give permission," he said. "This could end your career." "James, did you take the Hippocratic Oath?" I asked. "Of course," he said. Then prepare the surgical team, I said. At 2 p.m., I entered the operating room. Emma was under anesthesia. Her small chest was rising and falling regularly. Her life was in my hands. Dr. Warren, said operating room nurse Susan, Dr. Richardson might try to stop the surgery. Susan, once surgery begins, no one can stop it, I said. That's a medical ethics rule. The surgery lasted 6 hours. We replaced Emma's heart valve. We widened the aortic stenosis. Everything went perfectly. Her little heart was beating strong. When I came out of the operating room, Dr. Richardson was waiting for me in the corridor. Hospital lawyer David Chen was with him too. Elizabeth, do you realize what you've done? Richardson said angrily. I saved a life, Michael, I said calmly. You violated hospital rules, lawyer Chen said. This is a disciplinary matter. The Hippocratic Oath comes before hospital rules, I said. Elizabeth, you saved that patient but you destroyed the hospital, Richardson said. How will the cost of this surgery be covered? I smiled while taking off my surgical gloves. Michael, sometimes doing the right thing is worth losing everything. That evening I visited Emma's room. She was awake, holding her mother's hand. Dr. Aunt, thank you, she said. I can breathe now. Maria Rodriguez was crying. Dr. Warren, I don't know how to thank you. You are my daughter's angel. Maria, Emma is a strong girl, I said. She saved herself. I just helped. The next morning I was called to Dr. Richardson's office. There was a disciplinary file on his desk. Elizabeth, the hospital board has made its decision, he said. You violated hospital rules. Either you resign or you're fired. Michael, how is Emma? I asked. Emma is recovering, but that's not the point, he said. That's exactly the point, Michael, I said. An 8-year-old girl is alive. What else is more important than that? Elizabeth, you don't understand our business approach. You don't understand our medical ethics approach, I said. I wrote my resignation letter. My 15-year career at MGH was ending. But Emma was alive. It was worth it. The story didn't end here. Emma's mother Maria shared on social media. Dr. Warren saved my daughter by risking her job. The post went viral. Journalist Sarah Chen from Boston Globe called. Dr. Warren, I'm writing an article about Emma's story, she said. Do you have any comments about hospital management? I can only say this, I said. Being a doctor isn't about making money, it's about saving lives. The article appeared on the front page the next day, with the headline, Doctor Risks Job to Save Child. The reactions were huge. Harvard Medical School Dean Dr. Patricia Williams called. Elizabeth, your behavior is the finest example of medical ethics, she said. I want to bring you an offer. The same day, Boston Children's Hospital Chief of Staff Dr. Robert Martinez also called. Warren, we have an opening for head of cardiovascular surgery department, he said. Salary is twice what you had at MGH, and here no child goes untreated because of money. A week later I started working at Boston Children's Hospital. My first day was spent visiting Emma. She had also come to visit the hospital with her mother.